the top 20 new animal species that I would like to see added to the Hunter Call of the Wild in 2025. Welcome to the video, you guys. Please subscribe. I've been wanting to make this one for a while. We've been talking a lot about new maps that could be coming in 2025 as well. We talked about Arctic Canada. We talked about East Africa. And in today's video, the top 20 species that I personally would like to see added in order from least to most. Keep in mind, this is my opinion. You guys are definitely going to disagree on some things. It's not going to be exactly the same as what I think, but I think this is a pretty good list. I'm going to talk about every species a little bit, some fun facts and things like that. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get right into it. Number 20, beavers, baby. We need beavers in Call of the Wild for obvious reasons. We all need to get our revenge on those little suckers. I would love to see beavers in the game. Really cool species of animal. Aside from all the revenge that we need to get, they are actually a really fascinating animal. They are found in lots of different places in the world. They would have worked perfectly on Revontuli Coast as well as a couple other maps in the game, but hopefully we will see these in the game at some point. Would love to also see some beaver dams at their zones. I think that would be cool if they implemented beaver dams as well. Some of their behaviors could be really fun and interesting to see in the game. Number 19 is the Arctic wolf, also known as the polar wolf or the white wolf. They are slightly smaller than gray wolves. They are one of the top and fiercest predators of the north, perfect for the Arctic Canada map that we talked about in a previous video. Also perfect for like a true snowy Alaska map, northern Alaska perhaps. They're a fierce predator, really beautiful animals. They live on muskox, Arctic hares, and caribou primarily. Would love to see them in the game. Number 18 is a really interesting species that a lot of you guys probably haven't heard of. Number 18 is the Fossa. The Fossa is the top predator and the largest carnivorous mammal of Madagascar, reaching nearly 6 feet in length. They look like a cross between a cat, a dog, and a mongoose. They are really cool looking animals, really fascinating. They would work perfectly in a Madagascar map. They hunt during both day and night, and they live off of lemurs, fish, lizards, birds, frogs, and insects. Hopefully we will one day see some Fossa in a hunting game. Number 17 for me is the cassowary. Standing as high as 5 feet tall, these magnificent flightless birds stand out for several reasons. For one, among known similar birds, this fascinating animal ranks as the second heaviest and also third tallest in the world. They're actually usually quite shy, but if provoked and threatened, these guys can cause serious and even fatal injuries to humans by striking with their powerful legs and dagger-like claw on each foot. Cassowaries have actually been known to kill humans, so I find them really fascinating. One of the most fascinating flightless birds in the world, I think, and I would love to see them in the game. I would love to see them going aggressive and acting kind of the way that they act in real life. Number 16, not a far cry from the last one there, we got ostriches, you guys. These huge flightless birds are found in the open country of Africa. They are the largest living bird on the planet. The males stand as tall as 9 feet, and just for obvious reasons, I think a lot of people would love to see ostriches in the game in an Africa 2.0 map. I am definitely one of those people. Number 15 for me is the Komodo Dragon. I would love to see another reptile in the game aside from the crocodiles and the alligators. Komodo dragons are super cool animals. Komodo dragons are the biggest and heaviest lizards on the planet. Full-grown adults can reach 10 feet, that's 3 meters long, and weigh more than 300 pounds or 150 kilos. Wild Komodo dragons are found only on Indonesia's lesser Sunda Islands, so we would have to have a specifically Indonesia map to have Komodo dragons in the game. I think that would be super cool though. These guys will eat almost anything they find, including already dead animals, deer, water buffalo, pigs, smaller Komodo dragons, and occasionally even humans. Moving on to number 14, for me, I've got the striped hyena, just an awesome and super interesting animal. I've always wanted to see hyenas in the game, and I would love to see the striped hyena on a second Africa map in the game. Let's get some hyenas as a predator for Africa 2.0. Number 13, the Bateared Fox. This is a really cool little fox. They are so friggin' cool looking. They're native to Africa. They are a small fox with huge bat-like ears that are full of tiny blood vessels that shed heat and help keep the fox cool. And again, this is just another awesome potential species for an East Africa map in the game. Hopefully, if we do get an Africa 2.0, we'll get some bat-eared foxes. Number 12 is the Dal Sheep. This is an obvious one. This is one of the most requested species in the game. Hopefully one day, if we get maybe another Alaska map, or if we do get that Arctic Canada map, we'll have Dal Sheep in the game. I think we all would absolutely love to see Dal Sheep in the Hunter Call of the Wild. Number 11 is the cheetah, one of my personal favorite animals. When I was a kid, the cheetah was my favorite animal on the planet. They are the world's fastest land mammal, and they're actually pretty huge. I've actually seen one up close in a zoo. I got to see one in a zoo. I got to get right up close to it. They are so cool looking. You can tell that they're like built for speed. You know, when you see like a fast car and you see how aerodynamic is, and you can just kind of tell that this thing was built to go fast. You really do get that sense from a cheetah when you see a cheetah in real life. Fully grown cheetahs reach the height to shoulder of 2.3 to 2.8 feet, and adult cheetahs weigh between 75 and 150 pounds. Number 10, we're going into the top 10, you guys, and at number 10, we've got the Sloth Bear. Now, I talked a lot about the Sloth Bear when we were anticipating the release of Nepal. A lot of people wanted to see the Sloth Bear on the map. I was definitely one of those people. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. They are the most nocturnal of all bear species. Really cool, really fascinating looking bear all around, just in general. Again, would have been perfect for a Nepal map. They're kind of weird looking. They are lanky and have long, shaggy coats. Their hair, which has little or no undercoat, is longer around the neck, forming a mane, which looks kind of goofy. The muzzle looks too long for the face, but accommodates the long tongue and the specially adapted palate and lower lip. The center, upper incisors are missing. The tail is quite long for a bear. They're just kind of weird looking bears. They are really fascinating, really cool creatures. I would love to see them in the Hunter Call of the Wild. Moving on to number 9, we got the clouded leopard. Clouded leopards dwell in the cloud forests of Southeast Asia and are one of the most ancient cat species on the planet. While more closely related to big cats, the clouded leopard is frequently described as bridging the gap between big and small cats due largely to its smaller stature. It has proportionally short legs and a long tail. A fun little fact about leopards is they actually can't purr or roar. Perfect for a true India map. I would love to see clouded leopards. If we ever get a true India map, they would be perfect for that map in the Hunter Call of the Wild. Number 8, the musk ox. Another one kind of like the Dal Sheep, man. People have been wanting to see musk ox in the game forever, for as long as I can remember. Hopefully we will get them in the game. Hopefully if they are added to the game, they will really kind of capture these things' size and their floofiness. They're such cool looking animals. They're members of the Bovidae family. They can weigh up to 800 pounds, found in the Canadian Arctic, Alaska, and Siberia. Perfect for the Arctic map that I've been talking about so much, Arctic Canada, right? Perfect backfill to Yukon Valley and Medved Taiga. This is something we really need in the game. Muskox, definitely they sit at number 8. Moving on to number 7, I've got the elephants. Some of you guys are going to think that this should have been higher up than 7. The reason for that is I don't know if Call of the Wild could really capture their size and stature properly to do them justice. So they sit at number 7. Obviously, I would love to see elephants in the game. They are the world's largest land animal, specifically the African savanna bush elephant. That's the biggest one, with the adult males or bull elephants standing up to 3 meters high and weighing up to 6,000 kilos on average. The males only reach their full size at 35 to 40 years. That's well over half their lifespan. So these guys are still growing 35, 40 years after birth. It's actually insane. They live up to about 60 or 70 years. At birth, a baby elephant can weigh as much as 120 kilos. There are 3 species of elephant in the world: the African savanna bush elephant, the African forest elephant, and the Asian elephant. So perfect for not only another Africa map, but a true India map as well. Elephants need to eat up to about 150 kilos of food every day. That's around 375 tins of baked beans, to put it into perspective. They eat so much that they can spend up to 3/4 of their day just eating. Moving on to number 6, we have got the jaguar, the largest cat in America. However, they are very endangered in the United States. Perfect species for like a Brazil or South America map. The word jaguar comes from the indigenous word jaguar, which means he who kills with one leap. Pretty cool. The jaguar is the 3rd biggest cat in the world after the tiger and the lion. They're a lot bigger than a lot of people realize. They can grow up to 170 centimeters long, and that's not including their tails, which can reach up to 80 centimeters long as well. Male jaguars can weigh up to 120 kilos. Moving on to number 5, you guys, we've got the Argal Sheep, another species that, in my opinion, should have been on Sundarpatan, Nepal. They should have been an absolute shoo-in for that map. The Argal Sheep is a wild sheep that roams the highlands of Western East Asia, the Himalayas, Tibet, and the Altai Mountains. They are the largest species of wild sheep on the planet. Males have 2 large corkscrew-shaped horns, some measuring 190 centimeters, 6 feet 3 inches in total length, and weighing up to 23 kilos, 51 pounds. We need to see Argal Sheep in the game. I don't know if we'll really have many other opportunities like we did with Nepal, but hopefully one day we will be able to see Argal Sheep or even Marco Polo sheep in the game. Number 4 is the rhinoceros. They are extremely endangered, and there are 5 species of rhino in the world. Although they are extremely endangered species, I would love to see them on a second Africa map or an India map. There are 5 species of rhino in the world, 2 African rhino species, the black and the white rhinoceros, and the remaining 3 are Asian rhino species, which include the greater one-horned rhino, the Sumatran rhino, and the Javan rhino. White rhinos are the largest of the rhino species, weighing up to 3,500 kilos, which is more than half the size of an African bush elephant. And that takes us into the top 3, and at number 3, guys, we've got the Maror sheep. Unfortunately, this is yet another Sundarpatan blunder in my opinion. The Maror is a large wild goat, the largest wild goat in the world, from the family Bovidae, which is found in the mountains from Kashmir and Turkestan to Afghanistan. They can also be found in the Himalayas of Nepal. They have huge, long, majestic corkscrew-shaped horns and a long beard, and are referred to as the screw-horned goat or screwhorn in Pakistan, where they are the national animal. These are probably one of the most incredible looking species of animal in the world, in my opinion. I was really hoping, I know I keep talking about it, but I was really hoping to see Maror or Argal sheep in Nepal. Those were the perfect opportunities to have those types of animals. Hopefully, you know, if maybe we get some kind of India map, if that ever happens, we could still get Maror or Argal sheep. They are incredible animals. That takes us into the bottom 2. At number 2, you guys, we've got the polar bear, the largest bear and the largest land carnivore in the world. Male polar bears can grow up to 2.8 meters long and 800 kilos in weight. I talked quite a bit about the polar bear in the polar bear Great One video, as well as in the Arctic Canada video, but I want to kind of repeat some of the things that I've talked about in those videos. A polar bear's skin is black and its fur is transparent with a hollow core that reflects and refracts light from the sun and off the snow, making it appear white. So they're not actually white. They have a jet black skin and they have transparent fur. Super fascinating. I find that super fascinating and really interesting. This adaptation helps polar bears keep warm as their fur reflects heat from the sun down the hair shaft so that it can be absorbed by their black skin. The fiercest, definitely the fiercest, the most carnivorous bear in the world, the largest land carnivore on the planet. The game really needs polar bears. Polar bears are already in the Hunter Classic. They've been on the Hunter Classic for a long time, so maybe one day Call of the Wild will have them too. That brings us to my number 1 most wanted species that I would like to see in the Hunter Call of the Wild. Some of you have probably already guessed it since you haven't seen it in the list, and it is the hippopotamus. Obviously, you know, East Africa would be perfect, as hippos are actually only found in East countries in Africa. Big part of the reason why I would like to see the next Africa map be in the East, something like Kenya. We talked about that in the East Africa map video that I uploaded recently. Check that one out if you haven't seen it yet. They are considered the 3rd largest land animal on Earth, behind only the elephant and the rhino. Males measure around 3.5 meters long and 1.5 meters tall and can weigh up to 3,200 kilos. Despite their enormous size, hippos are great swimmers and can hold their breath for up to 5 minutes underwater. While they may not be the fastest animals on the planet, they're a lot faster than most people realize. They can certainly move, and when they need to, they can run as fast as 30 miles per hour. Hopefully, if we do get a second Africa map in the game, hippos will be included. I would absolutely love to see hippos in the game. They are super aggressive animals, super fast, incredible swimmers, and just insanely cool to look at. I've seen them in real life as well at zoos before, and they are super cool. They're absolutely massive. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That wraps it up. My top 20 species that I would like to see in the game. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree? Are there any species that I left out? What are your guys' top 5? I would love to see in the comments your top 5 species, even top 10 that you would like to see in the game. Hopefully we get to see a few of these, if not more than a few, added to the game in 2025. But yeah, that's it for me. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Please do remember to drop a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We're on the road to 60,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.